Did you know that you can actually shiny hunt inside of the Lumiose sewers? In this video, I'm going to show you how to unlock the sewers, the Pokemon you can find in there, and some tips and tricks in order to get yourself some really awesome shiny Pokemon. Now, let's start off with how to unlock the sewers. Now, in order to get access to the sewers in the first place, you need to be on main mission 19, reaching rank D, which is going to have a lot of various parts to it. However, I really don't want to go into all of it because I don't want to spoil any of the story aspects of this, and I'd rather just get to the sewer part. But all you have to know is you're going to reach a part within this story where you're going to go to a fountain, and you're going to have to use Ice Beam on that fountain in order to stop a complete water supply, which will give you access to the Lumiose sewers. Now, there's going to be a whole entire story mission there, and after you're done with it completely, and once you do the battle against Ivor to get the rank up to rank D, that's when the sewers are going to be closed in this specific area. However, you are free to go ahead and hunt Pokemon that you come across at the time while you're in that story, but it's better to do this a little bit later because we'll be using a different entrance. Now, let me tell you how you can actually return back to these sewers. Once you're done with main mission 19, you're then going to get access to a bunch of side missions that pop up on your map. Specifically, you want to head over to this one located all the way here, right by Wild Zone 5, which may seem like a hard one to get to, but it's actually really simple. All you have to do is go to Wild Zone 5, and once you're there, just follow me. After this, you'll reach this NPC and you'll talk to him, which will initiate the side mission number 57, called the Camerupt Entrepreneur. You'll then see him disappear, and you can finally enter that sewer door. And the crazy part is, it always felt like a secret entrance the entire time if you come here in the earlier game. He just stands there and talks about his business idea, and the door's locked. But now, you can finally go inside. So what you want to do is finish off this side quest by going to exactly where this enemy is, and you'll go ahead and battle a Camerupt. And when you defeat it, it'll unlock the door permanently, and also be creating a fast travel point on your map permanently that looks just like this. Now, if you didn't know, this is the exact same sewers which you'll go to in the main mission number 19 to save Ivor's sister. The entrance of the sewer is on the opposite side of the fountain entrance, and you can find the entrance ladder of the fountain area inside the sewers. However, you cannot access it anymore because that is closed off due to the fountain functioning again, and no, you cannot Ice Beam it. Now, the Pokemon available in these sewers are going to be Noibat, Scraggy, Inkay, Klefki, Ghastly, Haunter, Patrat, Goomy, Litwick, Skrelp, and Dragalge. Alright, now let's talk about shiny hunting in the big Lumiose sewers, which should be unlocked because you did that whole Camerupt side mission quest. So it will be right next to Wild Zone 5 over here, and to the right of Wild Zone 16, right over there, Lumiose sewers. So when we go here, obviously we can now enter the door, and just real quick side note, for shiny hunters, you can go in and out of the sewers, and you can kind of reset for this Ariados right here if you want to. That's just a thing there because the door is here. Alright, but let's go in the sewers. That was just a little fun fact. Alright, so now we're in the sewers, and I'm going to walk you through shiny hunting right from the entrance. All right, so you don't have to like get lost in here because look how annoyingly big this sewer is. It gets a little confusing being here for the first time. We'll do the first shiny hunt, and this is if you specifically want a Pokemon like Klefki. So for Klefki, all you have to do is go straight, and then you're going to turn left. Then we go up, and we're going to look at one spawn here and the other spawn down here. If it's shiny, you'll hear the sparkle. But if not, you're going to go ahead and reset your map by going right to the sewers again. Now, I'm aware that a lot of you do have Nintendo Switch 1, so I'm going to explain another hunt to you guys. And Nintendo Switch 2 people can also do this hunt because I think it's a lot more effective, and you get way more chances at finding shiny Pokemon. So here's what it is exactly. So that was the first method. Now let me tell you about the second method, which is a two-zoner. So in this one, we're going to be hunting Klefki, we'll be hunting Inkay, and we'll be also hunting Goomy all at the exact same time. So here's how it works. You're going to go ahead just like this, and you're going to turn left, right? Same thing like I said before, and you're going to spot the Klefki. Look here, or Klefkis. Yes, sorry. Alpha Klefki here, and we have a regular. Great, you're done. Now that you finished off with the Klefkis, you're then going to go left, just like this, and turn right. Now, when you turn right, you'll find a group of Inkay over here. So there's 3 Inkays. Possible shiny could happen here. In fact, when I came over here earlier, I actually did get a Goomy, but you have a chance at 1 Goomy, 3 Inkay. Now, all you have to do is just go to the edge right here by the water, so where the water is flowing, and then just Oh, that guy is still waiting for me. Yo, that alpha was when you guys saw that? Right after you reach this water area, just turn around and you're gonna walk right back to where the Klefki is. So this is like an automated pattern you have to do. Just like this, go up, and then you're going to stop here. Boom. Don't let that alpha see you. I think the alpha didn't despawn because he tracked me all the way. He should go away next time. And then rinse and repeat. So let me just speed this up so you guys can see the spawns changing a little bit here. There it is, no more alpha, and they swap. And then you just rinse and repeat this non-stop until you get your shinies. Like, oh! Oh! Oh, it worked! It worked! No shot on video. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, alright. Shiny Klefki! Well, no shot, bro. That just happened. That is crazy. Well, you guys now know that this method works. No, you need to get in the ball, buddy. Come on. There we go. Shiny Klefki. Woo! And that's how you do the first part of the area. All right, now let's move on to another hunt. I can't believe we got Klefki in this video. We're gonna go straight from the entrance of the Lumiose sewers, right? So you can all follow along and turn left where the Klefkis were, just like this. Once you reach the Klefkis, imagine another shiny showed up. Go down over here, and you're gonna reach this first area right about here. So you're looking at this straight up. It's a dead end. It's pretty simple. This is going to be a Litwick hunt. There are 2 Litwicks at the end of this area. So what you can do is you can set up a macro, or you could have your controller go up to here, and you can see the 2 Litwicks there. There's an alpha and a regular. They spawn in, and then you can back up all the way like this. Come back, come back, come back. And when you tap over here, they despawn. But they show up right at the first circle. So you can go up here just like this, and they spawn in like that. And if you want to just check if there's a shiny, you can do that. And simply, that's all you have to literally do at this part of the area if you specifically want to hunt for these Litwicks. By the way, I am linking my 8BitDo Pro 3 controller in the description below, so if you guys want to pick that up, I did show how to do it exactly in my Shiny Wild Zone video with Froakie in it, but I will throw up real quick what I did with the Litwick macro on the screen for those who are using the 8-bit, because I know like 500 of you plus bought these controller already. So here it is on the screen, and you'll be able to easily get your Litwick by repeating this over and over again. Look at it's huge. Oh, look at it! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Look at that! Oh my gosh! He can't get me. Level ball. There we go. That's special. Now, I want to point out something else to everybody. Now, we're facing exactly where the Litwick is, exactly where I am in the sewers. If we go to the right, there is a spot where there is going to be Ghastly and Skrelp, but I do not suggest going down here because Ghastlys are aggressive Pokemon, and it's going to be very annoying to deal with them as they're always going to be attacking you every 2 seconds, and it's not a good hunt to go down there, so we're ignoring this. However, if you want to optimize this hunt even further, with having maybe Litwicks spawning here, we can do a trick where we are going to start like this. So pay attention. We're facing the Litwick spot, and we're going to go turn right here. So immediately, right at the first little area facing Litwicks, turn right. This is now going to bring us into an area where there's going to be a Noibat right over here. So you get 1 Noibat, the second Noibat up there. Now, there's a 3rd Noibat that sometimes spawns over here. There it is. And a little bit further, if you spawn just a little bit, you'll get Skrelps that spawn. So that way, you have Skrelps, you have Noibats, and if we keep coming around here past this Noibat, we can then run into these Skrelps here. So you have a good amount of Skrelps that show up within this area. So you're able to shiny hunt for Noibats, Skrelps, and then you can follow up and go all the way back because, you know, we like double dipping on hunts, and you can go back to hunting your Litwicks. Now, sometimes you might come across a Pat Rat being a shiny, and that's okay. But however, you know, this hunt's pretty simple. Just do this pattern over and over again, and you might be lucky and get a shiny. In this area, like I said, shiny Noibat, no issues, and it was pretty simple. So this is going to be another shiny hunting method that you can do within the sewers. Now, I want to put out one more area in the big sewers, and specifically it's going to be for Skrelp. And the reason why I'm emphasizing Skrelp so much in this video is because this is one of the pony areas in the game where you can hunt it before the post games for its evolution. So it's very important we get this down. All right, so from where Litwick is, right where the Litwick spot is, we are now going to work our way a little bit up north over here. So just follow along. So exactly where we did our Litwick resets, you're going to turn right. So you guys should be used to this pathway already. And then we're going to go straight where the double Noiverns are. And the third Noivern should be up here. Noibat, sorry. And we're going to come across this little area right here where these Skrelps are. All right, so as you can see, we have a 34 male and we have a 35 female. So 34, 35. Now, as we go in here, we're going to have some spawn. So you'll get a Dragalge and you'll get some other Skrelp showing up. So here we go. Boom, Dragalge. Could that be a shiny? Possibly could be a shiny. But what we're really focusing on is this Skrelp over here as well. And this Skrelp. So that's 34 female, 36 female. So when you pass this point here, right about here, is where the spawns are going to change for the ones down here. And when we go back down here, the spawns for the ones up here are going to change. So essentially what we're doing is we're cycling for Skrelp non-stop all the time. The ones especially at the end. So we're going to go back down here. And these are going to change up. So now we have a 36 male and a 34 male, which have changed. And by coming back down here, we have now shifted the spawns at the end. So we're going to go back up there just so you guys can see. And bada bing, bada boom, we have now got a 34 male over here. I think one of the other ones kind of dripped into this room. Oh, and 34 female. All right, there we go. You just do this over and over again. Now, I want to point out that this method is going to be really, really good for Switch 1 users, because if you're on a Switch 1, you don't have to deal with any fast travel to specifically hunt these Skrelp, and the run and despawn method is going to be the best method you can do for Skrelp, because what I'm about to show you next in our other sewer is going to be really, really good for Nintendo Switch 2 players, especially if you have the 8-bit Do Pro 3 controller, which I'm linking down in the description below. Now, of course, there were other Pokemon that you could hunt down here, but I just suggest running around if you feel like hunting random Pokemon. I don't think it's really worth it to hunt down a Scraggy down in the sewers because they're very aggressive, or to hunt down Ghastly in the sewers because they are also very aggressive. If you want to just randomly try to spawn things in, you can make up your own pathways and just run through them and then do it over again until you get a shiny, but it's not as efficient. Let me know in the comments again if you guys find anything interesting. Now, I also want to mention there is another Lumiose sewers in the game that you are going to be able to unlock. This is the second part. So it's going to take place after you start main mission number 20, and you have to defeat all the rogue evolutions involved in it. So you have to destroy number 21, 22, and 23. Now, basically what's going to happen is that the Rust Syndicate is going to assign you certain missions that you're going to have to do. The first task is going to have you clear an apartment building that actually has wild Gengars in it. You take them out or catch them and you're done. Also, it's kind of cool because you don't have to trade for a Gengar in this game, and now you know. But then you get a second task, which is to destroy all Mega Shards which are in these underground sewers. And surprisingly, this door over here located on the map is going to be a permanent access to underground sewer area once you finish the task, which is going to also be a fast travel point. So it's really cool that this door opened up to another underground point. Now, this is a lot smaller, and it's definitely smaller than the first big sewer. And the only available Pokemon in this one are going to be Inkay, Skrelp, Noibat, and Ariados. Now let's talk about how to shiny hunt in the baby sewers. I call them the small sewers, the little one, all the way on the left of the map next to the Magenta Pokemon Center. That's where you're going to be able to access this door, even though you know that because we just did the mission for Corbo to unlock it. However, let me show you exactly how we're going to shiny hunt this. Quick brief tour of the sewer specifically. When you walk in, you're going to come across two Skrelps. Oh, that one's alpha. That is kind of cool. You come across two Skrelps, and you're going to come across one Inkay over here. If you go into this first room on your left, you're going to find a bunch of Ariados over there. So there's 1, 2, 1 alpha, and another Skrelp, right? Bringing your total Skrelps to 3 in this area. Now, if we go further down, these are all the same spawns we just saw. We're going to bump into Inkays, and we're going to bump into Noibat. So there's some Inkays, and there's some Noibats. And this one usually can become an alpha. So you can have alpha show up here. There's no static alpha for Noibat specifically here, but you have a possibility of getting an Alpha Noibat down here if you keep refreshing. Now, the ways of shiny hunting down here is simple, right? You don't have anything targeted to you. You could just enter the Lumiose sewers here, and you could just do a quick run technique, right? So if you want to do a quick run technique, you could see this one, turn left. You already spawned everything in this room. You can pop up in this spot over here if you want to hunt the Ariados or the other Skrelp. And then you can do a final quick wrap around just like this, a little further down. Generate in the Pokemon here so we can have some Inkays here. And then right before the Noibat see you, you're going to hit the plus button. So no shiny? Oh, he saw me. I did it wrong. Before they see you, you want to hit the plus button, and then you're going to reset back at Lumiose sewers. And that is quite a big run, but you are rolling all those Pokemon as you're going, and this sewer has, you know, a good amount. However, there is a specific shiny hunting method specifically just for Skrelp here, and let me show you how it works. Pretty much what you want to do is you're going to spam the Lumiose sewer entrances over and over again, right? And what's supposed to happen is there's supposed to be a Skrelp in front of you. However, what I noticed is that you need to get it to spawn in first. So going up a couple of times like this, interacting, you know, getting close to it, seeing what it does, and then going back here will start to trigger it right away when you go to the front of the sewer. So let me see if yep, there it is. Okay, so now I can click on the sewer just like this and wait a second, it pops in. And a quick technique if you want to know to zoom in case it is a shiny, you're going to open up your home menu and go to settings, and then from accessibility go all the way down to zoom and make sure you toggle this setting. So that way when you are playing the game, you can double tap home and you can just do a zoom in and see if it actually is a shiny Pokemon. Here is an image of what a regular one looks like versus a shiny one. Now I was able to do this reset for a little bit of time, and I was finally able to actually get a Skrelp. And believe it or not, this is the only early time in the game you can actually get Skrelp before being able to shiny hunt Dragalge, its final form in Wild Zone 20. So if you want to spend time before the end game doing this stuff, this is a spot to shiny hunt it. Also, it's a Skrelp. If you're a full shiny dex completionist, get it. Now just remember that the base shiny rates are 1 out of 4,096, while if you use a shiny charm, it's going to be 1 out of 1,024.38. Also, if you're one of those people who have an 8-bit do controller, you could probably set a macro really simple here. It's just click on this area, double tap A, and then you cause a little delay in your macro. Just wait and then do it again, and etc. I will probably show a screenshot right now of that macro for my 8-bit do on the screen. Also, another cool shiny hunting trick that you could do in specifically these small Lumiose sewers is that when it specifically rains, you're going to get Goomy that spawn in on these docks and next to you over here, as well as its second evolution, Sliggoo. These sewers are going to be great to use as a shiny reset point for it. So here's a footage of me going in and out of the door, and what you can see is as soon as I go outside, you will see that there are literally Goomy and Sliggoo outside, and all you have to do is just hold down on your controller joystick and press A. Of course, if you have a macro, that's all you're also doing, and you're just doing this over and over again while it's specifically raining. Not only that, but while it's raining, you have other Pokemon like Magikarp that show up over here. You got Pidgeys in the background that could be shiny, so you got a good amount of extra Pokemon besides the Goomy you're hunting for. So don't forget, when it rains, baby sewers, okay? I told you that. Once again, the controller links for macroing are going to be down in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, notifications, and click on this one right over here. It's probably shiny hunting. Seriously, just click on it.